Hi, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. And I was just tidying up my desk and I was going to do some clean things. But from last night I still had this mat out. Hi Cindy, good morning. Is it early morning for you? It's late lunchtime here. So I was just having a wee play this morning when I came through, and I've decided to share what I've been doing with you guys. So I'm playing with To a Wild Rose, some ink, spritzers, possibly going to go on to do some embossing. And I'm working with the Stampin' Up! Cotton watercolour paper. It's called Fluid 100. It's really lovely. Hi Tina! How lovely to see you! I've not seen you in here live before. How are you? Hi Stacey. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you're from Virginia. I know it's morning for you guys in the States, but before I cleaned my desk up, I thought I was going to finish this and then I thought it would be nice to share it. So that's what we're doing here. So I've got this in various stages, but I'll bring out another sheet to let you see where I started from. So I'm kind of got in my head that I'm going to build up a kind of picture with the To a Wild Rose. Now, yeah, well, you can craft along with me, Tina. So I've only recently got this set. I don't know why I left it so long. It's absolutely wonderful. I think you've seen me work with it already, but this is something totally different that just came in my head. I don't know if I'm thinking of hot sunny holidays and Mediterranean colours, and for some reason I always associate bright pink and bright orange with the Mediterranean. Don't know, I think it's like nice bright flowers and things. Oh, bear with me a moment, bear with me. Alexa, quiet. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I forgot I had some beef in the oven. And Alexa was beeping away, telling me and my husband's in the bath. So I thought, oh gosh, I better get it out. So anyway, yes, welcome Stacey. It's really nice to have you here. Live, it's nice. I like the lives. I like the community that we build in here, and it's nice. Even when I'm busy crafting, I'm not talking you guys, and you can chat to each other and share ideas and things together. So anywho, I'm blethering. So what I had done here was I'd wet the watercolour and then I'd stamped into it and then left it to dry. So I'm keeping this one so that I can do that with you, but what I'm going to do here is show you how I got to that stage. So what I have used, the To a Wild Rose is like a 3-step. You've got that one which is a kind of very background, this one which is building up a bit of texture, and then an outline stamp. So I'll pop that back on just now, and that one I may need that in a wee while. I just need another block. Here, that's the size I need. Hi LaDonia, hi Sheila, in you come. Nice to have you all around. I hope you're all right, everyone, this Sunday morning. Afternoon it is here in the UK, Sunday morning, and I guess a lot of our Australian and New Zealand friends will soon be heading for bed. Well, our New Zealand friends will be in bed, independent where in Australia thinking about it. Hi Kathleen, and you come. What I've been finding is by doing these lives at different times throughout the day, because I'm not under house arrest, but that was what came to mind. Because I'm kind of at home more, I'm able to try different times, and it's just giving everyone a chance. Hi Sam, and you come. Join my messy crafting. It's nice to have you here. So basically what I'm doing here is playing, messing. I've not got a finished product in mind, I'll come back later. So I'm using our lovely spritzer and I'm wetting the watercolour paper. But I used to do watercolour painting, and I have to say this is the best watercolour paper I've ever come across. It's gorgeous. It's not too textured, but it's textured enough. So then I'm going to, as I said, these two colours make me think Mediterranean. So I've opened my melon mambo and my pumpkin pie, and I'm going to start off by just picking up some. I've wet the paper, so that this is the background stamp for To a Wild Rose that I'm using. Oh, hi Sophia. You're crafting for YouTube today as well. Well, we'll look forward to seeing. If any of you haven't already subscribed to Sophia, she's Forest Crafts. She's just recently taken the step to do YouTube videos. So if you don't already subscribe to her, please pop over to Forest Crafts after this, of course, and give her some love and give her some support. And some of you may know Pootle's Paper Craft. She also has a YouTube channel, and Pootles does loads of boxes, famous for her boxes. So you can, if you haven't already subscribed to Sam of Pootles, then please do so. So again, I'm just basically just plonking down some splodges of the melon mambo, and as you see, it's a bit wet, and that's what I'm after. And then I'm going to just, where's my microphone? My cloth. I always think I'm organised, and then I'm never organised. I'm no better live or recorded. Hi Jacqueline, and you come. So, and now I'm going to go with the pumpkin pie and do the same thing. Whoops. In fact, I'm going to wet my paper. It is drying a wee bit. I don't know if it's all the lights on. Oops, spray it at your paper and not somewhere else on your desk. I have laminated this Stampin' Up paper just so that I can do messy play at my desk, and because I sometimes do messy play in the kitchen, but I can't exactly trail you through the kitchen. So when it's wet, I'm going to go in with the pumpkin pie, just sort of half and half over so that the colours blend a bit. That one's quite a lot, but that's okay, that's alright. We'll spray it, and it looks pretty dark, but once we add more water, it will disperse and blend. Now, obviously I'm not going to finish this one with you, I'm just showing you how I got to the stage. I just spray it with water and let it just do its own thing. You can deliberately move it around and let the colour, but it's quite nice just to let it do its thing. There is a scientific word for what it's doing. For the life of me, I can't remember that word. Used to do it in chemistry with different things at school. Hi Karen! Well, maybe this is a good time to do a live. So basically what I did was just this, and then I went away and left it, went away, had my shower, got dressed, made lunch, and then I came back, and I did run the heat gun over this to make sure this one was properly dry, because this, you'll not get the same every time. It will lighten as it dries. So then what I had the two of these ones that I did this morning, so then I've come along and I've stamped on here with this one. So let's just put this aside to let it dry. You can do it with a heat gun, but I think it's best just to let it just do its thing. So I'm going to pop that out of the way. So that is basically how I got there. So let's just, and then I've got 3 splodges of colour, and I've come in with the next level, the middle stamp for this flower, with the melon mambo. So this is it here. So then what I did was I took this. I've no idea if this is going to be successful. If this turns out horrible, I'll just pull the video and deny all knowledge. I threatened that many a time, but do you know what? Just keep with it, and it's amazing. I'll get something that I can use. No, I did clean it between the colours, Sheila. I cleaned the melon mambo off before I started working on with my pumpkin pie. I'm just adding the colour onto this, which is now dry, and then I'm going to spritz it. So this is the second layer of the rose. I'm not looking for anything particular. I'm going to emboss on top of this. Oh, thanks, Tina. It's nice to have team support as well. I miss coming to events and crafting with real people. Although these people here are all real. I didn't mean that to sound... Excuse me while I get another of my laminated sheets. And then just spritz that. These spritzers that Stampin' Up do are great. When I first started, I've got spritzers, I don't need to buy another one. Well, these are so much finer than any that I had. So, to be honest, they are worth the buy, and they're not expensive. So then I just left that. So I'm going to pop that one aside beside the other wet one. Just let the colours do their thing. And then I ended up with this. So that's where we're at. You see some of the colour in that has bled. I wish I could remember the word that we use in chemistry. If there's anyone else in here apart from Sam of Poodle's Papercraft, or oh no, Karen, you're in Corrie Paper Crafts, and Forest Crafts, you're all YouTube, you all do YouTubes. Check them out. If there's anyone else that comes in that has a channel, just let me know and I'll give you a shout out too. That's nice to share. We help each other. Right, so what I'm going to do now is find my emboss buddy, which I did. Yes, I did get it out. I didn't get it out. Just as well, I've got everything in my craft desk because this is why I do most of my craft classes in my home when I do face-to-face ones, because my memory is dreadful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the outline stamp. Hi Esther, in you come. It's just me messing about as usual. And in case here somebody else who has a channel on YouTube is Esther of Stampin' Star Creations, if you want to check Esther out later. So if you're looking for a bit of inspiration, a crafty afternoon, check out my pals. Right, so I'm no idea which is the right way up. There is a kind of way you can, but I'm not going for that look. I'm just this is sort of abstract, so not abstract, if you know what I mean. So I'm just using my embossing buddy, which makes sure that there's no electrostatic on my paper, and it blots out any oily marks that I have made. And also it might help a little bit if I haven't dried this properly. I have actually, I've done it with the heat gun, and I did pop it on a radiator for a wee while, so I'm fairly confident this is dry enough to emboss on. So I've used my buddy. It's probably the only buddy I've got left now, but anyway. I'm inking this up with Versamark. Although if you've not done embossing before, you really must. Who was it that was in here that told me they hadn't embossed before? There was somebody who's actually a prolific crafter, but they hadn't embossed. I was most amazed. Anyway, I'm just roughly aiming this at the middle of this flower rose. I haven't thought about the leaves, I just thought I'd see what this looked like when I was done. No idea. As I say, if this doesn't work, I'll just delete it and run away. Oh, I miss you too, Tina. I miss everybody. I miss Sam. I miss Karen. Even though you're just up the road, Karen, I can't get near each other. And my team ladies and my ladies that usually come to my classes. Really, really missing everybody. Of course, my family as well, and my other friends. But Zooms and things are nice, but they're not quite the same. And the same again, third time. As I say, we'll see what happens. Now, there's a choice here. There are two of our embossing powders that are retiring that I've got out here. We've got copper and we've got black. So it's down to you what colour, which one do you want me to use on here? Would you like me to use copper or black? Or both? Jacqueline, black, copper, copper. Black. Right, I think I've leaned on that long and hard enough. I don't know, I was leaning on it while I was well, do you know what? I've got both of them. The other one I've spritzed it. I might dry that off and try copper. Let's go for black. I'm just going in the bin. I'm raking the bin for a scrap of paper, which of course any organised crafter would have had ready before they started. But it's me. Don't know if this is big enough, but we'll try it. Right, so we're going for copper. There's more coppers here. Yeah, there's copper. There's coppers in the house. In the UK, copper is a slang term for policeman. Or I don't know if it refers to a police lady too. Anywho, we've got copper on this one. I might try the other one and do black on the other one just to see what it looks like. Oh, this stamp set is fantastic. Why did we not get that before now? Why did I leave it? Why wasn't that the first stamp set I bought? I'm so glad it carried over. I'm so glad. Because there's another perennial birthday I just got recently and it's going. What a difference this makes, doesn't it? It's just fab. Right, let's pop this away. So what's everybody doing while they're watching? Is anyone else crafting? Tina said she was going to have a crafty afternoon. Oh, hi Halsey. Are you going live later on today? I did early so that I have time to join in with you this afternoon. You usually go live on a Sunday at 4, don't you? Oh, you're going to have a wee nap. What's my quote at the moment, Esther? I don't know. Anyway, there we go. That's the copper embossing powder put away. And the good thing is it's stuck at some bits and not in others, but that's great because that kind of just gives it a, I don't know what the look's called that I'm looking for. Right, I'm heating up my heat gun if you want to turn your sound down. Oh, why didn't I use this before? I know, this has been such an eye-opener this last week or two, taking my retired stuff off the shelf. Are you having some coffee and wakening up, Sheila? So here we go. I let it get hot first. Actually, copper on the pinks and oranges is nice. So if you don't already have our copper or black embossing powder, I'd open an order today and grab some before it disappears. Because that's pretty good, that's lovely. Oh, you're covering notepads. Oh, Sophia. Get some inks out and have a play then. Just make a mess. It might become something, it might not. I like that. What about the leaves? What about if I dry this one off then? If I give this a dry while the heat gun is hot, and then we could do black on this one. Oh, I'm going to join you this afternoon, Halsey. Is there a note somewhere of what you're doing? Wait a minute till I turn this off. We'll have a play with leaves, and then that should then be dry enough. Here's another, this afternoon at UK time, 4 o'clock, Slim and Stylish is going live on YouTube, and that's my friend Halsey. And I've no idea what you're doing, Halsey, but I've been enjoying a few Sunday afternoon lives with yourself. I know, I've got lots of friends, Cindy. A lot of us are in the same team, and quite a lot of people in here that are my YouTube buddies are not in the same team, but it doesn't matter, we all help each other. Yeah. Oh, you've just got Rooted in Nature, Sheila. Well, I love Rooted in Nature. Trees are my favourite, so maybe I'll have a play with them another day. But they are staying with us, so we can play with them. Yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do with the leaves, again, it's a 3-part leaf stamp. So I wonder, see the one that's wet, if I bring that back in and just have a look. Maybe I should have done, no, see that's still running into itself. No, I'm not going to touch that just now. Let's have a go on this and get another block. Where are my blocks? I bought extra blocks because I kept running out of them, and I'm still running out of them. So this is the one that's mainly the background. So I have got crushed curry and old olive out here, so I am going to just do the background with the crushed curry. I've no idea, we'll need to spritz this again and then dry it. bear with me till I change the power from my phone to my iPad so that I can still talk to you. Right, so yeah, I'll try and join in this time. Some Halsey, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. If I clean my desk up in time, what do you think? Oh yes, it's only 1:30. So again, I'm just going to plonk this in and then I'm going to spritz it just to get some leaves in here. As I say, I didn't think this out. I never really rehearsed it. I just started playing and then I realised the time. I thought, you know what, you better just get washed and dressed and embrace the day. And then I thought I would share it with you guys. So again, I'm going to spritz this. If I can find where it is. Yeah, if you're looking for inspiration, lots of people to check out. Well, the spritzing brings up the yellow in the crushed curry, and then I'm going to stamp into that right away while it's wet with Old Olive. I do it slightly off, I think. Whoops. Sometimes it's just nice to just play. And yet, you know what, if you don't like what you've done, you can throw it in the bin. It's no big deal. So I'm not going to try and get it on top exactly. I'm doing it off and into the wet so that the colours will just mingle a bit. Now, you will get better results than me if you just do the one stage at a time and leave it to dry in between. I'm going to just give this a bit more spritz, and then I've got some kitchen paper I can dab it down with. And as you see, this will run into the pinks and the oranges a bit as well. Then you can, other thing you can do is use some kitchen paper and just take up the excess water. So the green is now lifting the pink as well. So I'm thinking of doing a similar thing with the leaves as I did with the flower, and heat emboss. So I've got that ready, but so what I'll need to do is dry this off. I've no idea what I'm going to do with it, Cindy, when I've done it. For me, it's the process. It's therapeutic, it's relaxing, and you know, in these strange times, we need to find things that relax us. Excuse the noise again if you want to pop. Hi Sue, and you come. So I wouldn't, if I wasn't doing a video, I wouldn't rush these to dry. I would just set them aside and leave them, come back to them a few hours later, just do something else in between. But because I want to let you see how this is going to go, I am going to try and dry it off a wee bit. And we'll do the same with the other one, but use black embossing, and then we can see what we like best. I'm drying it on the front. And then I'll turn it over and dry it again from the back. Sometimes you get nice patterns on the back as well. Yeah, you're right, Stacey. All it will need is a wee sentiment. And I'm thinking of doing the sentiment maybe on black and embossing whatever I decide. This set has got a lovely sentiments in it. It's got "to be your friend, hello, I'm grateful to know you, true friendship is one of God's greatest gifts, and blessed." blessed itself is a lovely sentiment. I feel so blessed at the moment. I think that's, sorry about the noise. I hope none of you have got sensitive hearing. I've got sensitive hearing, but hey, you could just leave it at that and not, you could just leave the leaves as sort of, you know, do a few more and have them dotted in the background. But you know me, I like to mess, so let's just emboss them. But again, do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to take a photograph of it at this stage, and then I'll know when I look back whether I do it again, whether I want to emboss or not. And that's always worth doing. If you're not sure about your work, take a picture, walk away and come back. Right, does anybody know where my Versamark is? Did I use my, no, I didn't use my buddy, did I? Just tried it. Or did I? I don't know. So anyway, we'll use the buddy. It would be okay to use it twice, it's just not okay to not use it, especially if I'm not confident that's totally dry. But a bit of stray embossing won't be a big deal. When I look at it on the iPad, when I'm looking at your comments, I really like it actually. This is completely not what I had in my head I was going to do today. I came to my desk to record a wee card, and I was just going to record it. It was this wee card that I've been making with the tropical thinlits that are retiring. So I will record that and put it out, but I was just saying goodbye to them. And then I end up doing this. It's, you know, who knows. I've just dropped something. Lid of a glue, that's alright. So again, just roughly in the direction of the leaves, but not necessarily trying to line them up totally. And we'll stick with the copper. I'm pressing it down quite hard because of the texture that's in the watercolour paper, just to try and make sure that the ink goes in there. And put my lid on my Versamark because I do not want embossing powder in that. Ask me how I know. So just sprinkle a little over the area. Of course, I've not got my bit of paper handy, have I? Where is it? Do you know that saying in Scotland, if I had a brain I'd be dangerous? I think that does apply to me sometimes. Right, anyhow, here we go. Oh, I'm liking. Oh, this set is just, wow. It's just a little bit here on the leaf that's, maybe that bit as well. I know you can't see these sort of things, but I can, so let's get it right. Yeah. Right, so of course I have spilled it, but I've got my messy pad on anyway, so it's okay. Oh, hi Christine. I didn't see you come in. You say that in the USA too. Oh, I'm just going to take the embossing powder off my messy mat. Right, and of course I did probably touched a leaf with my finger, but I'm just going to go for it. So I'm just going to put my heat gun on again. If you want to turn your sound down, that's fine. Beware of your fingers, obviously. Okay, so that is with copper embossing. You enjoy your nap, Esther. We'll maybe see you later. You're having a granny nap. And you're not a granny yet. Once you're granny, it's okay to have a nap. Okay, so that's copper. Does anyone want to stay with me? Hi, Kay. Does anybody want to stay with me and go for the black? Will we try this with the black? Of course, it's Mother's Day in the US and Canada and Australia. Just had my granddaughter from in Australia on. She came on to say Happy Mother's Day to me. But of course it's not in the UK, but that's all right. So let's try black and see how we go with this one. I'm wondering whether I should get the leaves in. Will we just pop the leaves in and do the same sort of thing as we did? And then we can do all the embossing. Yeah, I'm just going to do the black anyway. Hopefully you'll all stay with me and we'll do that. It won't take so long because, well, I don't know why it won't take so long, but it won't. Right, so I'm going to spritz my paper again. Oh, it's Mother's Day in Europe as well. Is it just the UK that's different? Oh, we are different, aren't we? Right, so I'm just going to spritz. I'm aiming the spritz mostly at the white bit. And then I'm going to, I think this is crushed curries needing a wee re-ink, but we'll get round to that. So we'll just aim it. Oh, I love the yellow. You don't always think of the crushed curry as yellow. I always think it's more orangey, but then when you put it against orange, I think I'll just, because of this space up here, I'm just going to stick another one in there and then come in with the green. I know, I think I'm needing to put an order in for coffee. I don't know if he's out in the bath yet. Let's have a look. Any coffee going? Pretty please. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in luck. Right. Oh, sorry, you want me to somebody asked me to tilt the copper one. Sorry, Stacey. Don't know if I bring it further up if it'll focus a bit. I'm very happy with it. Right, and then I'm taking the second, it's a 3-stage stamping process. So this is the middle one, and I'm sticking with my olive green here. And again, just roughly aiming it where the yellow blobs are. Some of them are wetter than others, but don't worry because I'm going to wet it again. It's quite nice to just be a bit free and not need to be precise with anything. So just spritz it. We'll just let the colour go a wee bit. I'm aware that one's quite dark, but once I emboss it, because I'm going to use a strong colour for embossing, you can sort of encourage it to run a wee bit if you want. You can play. Do you know what? Just get doing this and moving it around. Just playing is really good for you to discover what it can and can't do. Yeah. Look at the colours. They're just wow. You don't want them to mix too much because you don't want to end up with mud. So I am going to pop down this kitchen paper. see, that's even pretty, isn't it? Then I need to dry this. I'm going to dry this off and then we'll do... My colours are matching your sunrise, Cindy. Well, so I'm making sure that I've put the lid on all my colours. I'm going to dry this off now. I do like the colours. Yeah, Christine, if you go back to the beginning afterwards, I'll give you a quick resume in a minute. Do you know, that itself is nice. I like that. Christine, since you were later, and what I did was I used I'm using To a Wild Rose. I wet my watercolour paper and I used the background stamp, which has escaped me. I'm not even sure where it is now. It's disappeared on me. But it's 3-part stamping To a Wild Rose. I don't think I've put it away, have I? I've laid it aside somewhere. I will find it in a wee while. So I stamped the background colour and I put a splodge of Melon Mambo and a splodge of Pumpkin Pie. Oh, bear with me. Here's my coffee coming. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. So here's my trusty coffee in my cup that Crafty Carling gave me. Crafty Carly. Gin dependent woman. Anyway, so yeah, so I splodged twice, once with the Melon Mambo and once with the Pumpkin Pie, and I spritzed it again, and then I've just laid this aside, and what I do then is stamp into that with the second layer stamp, which is this one with Melon Mambo. I'll do that when that's dry and then spritz it again. It's quite a labour intensive process, but it's fun. And the colours are quite vibrant. I'm going to take a photograph of this as well at this stage, because actually that's nice like that, just kind of abstract. You can kind of see it's trying to be a flower. Hi Jen, and you come? Not seen you in a while. It's just funny when you come on at different times how there's different people available to have a wee watch. Right, and the weather's not so good in Scotland. It's pretty cold. We had rain all night, which is good for the garden. Right, so where am I? I'm going to emboss, so I need my embossing buddy, and we're going to try the black on this time. Because this has been damp and hasn't been left too long to dry, I think it feels quite dry. The heat gun is pretty good. I know I'm liking it just like that too, Christine, but we're going to emboss it just, well, you know, because I don't want to stop. So we're using the third layer on the stamping, and it's the outline of the leaf. Is it cold and wet in Victoria? So you're, Jacqueline, you're in autumn now, aren't you? when you say cold and wet, I'm sure you're not talking 6 degrees Celsius, that is. I'm just looking at our weather today. Yeah, it's 6 degrees Celsius in Falkirk right now. But by next weekend we'll be back up to the 17s and 18s. So I've just been talking to my son who lives in Western Australia, and he said, oh, it's getting cold, Mum, it's 18 degrees. So I'm like, oh, great, thanks, because that's summer. When it was 18 degrees here yesterday, I was sitting out in my shorts and t-shirt, and I actually got a bit burned. Right, so I've used my embossing buddy. I'm going to stamp with my Versamark, and I'm going to do the outline of the flower and the outline of the leaves. I know, Christine, you've got the worst of this polar vortex, haven't you, there? I think we've got the tail end of it, because it really is a dip in temperature here today, but it's going to improve again. So they say anyway throughout the week. So I've inked up, so we'll do one flower and one leaf at a time, and then we'll get there. So again, I'm not trying to line this up, I'm just aiming the centre of this roughly at the centre of the background stamp. And then the same with, whoops, stuck my fingers on, that's not so good. Same with the leaf outline. Really going for the sort of the watercolour-y look. Why did I put the lid on that? I'm not really bright, am I? I think I'll just do the leaves and then. If I try to be too clever, I muck it up. And I'm not worried here that the leaf is overlapping the flower, it's no big deal. I'm hoping that after seeing this that some of you will have a good old play with whatever stamp sets. I mean, I'm playing with this stamp set because I've only had it a little while, and I love it. I totally love it. So that's, and then one more, just this one. And just pop that there. The lid on my Versamark, and we'll go with the black. Oh well, happy Mother's Day, Mother Nature. Mother Nature's been fantastic. There's the background stamp, Christine, that I couldn't find when I was telling you what I was doing. Right, so now we need a piece of I'm just bringing a bit of scrap out of my bin, which is right beside me, by the way. Okay, so let's put black on here and see where we go with this. Oops. Again, this is something, I haven't had black embossing powder for long either, and then they've pulled it. It's like they just wait till I get something and then they pull it. Never mind. I've still got it. I'll play with it when I want. It's just that I'm unlikely to do videos with it because there's not really much point in me demonstrating something to you that you can't buy. Okay, so we'll flick that in a minute. Let's put this away. Now, this has got sparkle in it. I've got a funny feeling that I've got the black sparkle embossing powder muddled up. Got the two of them mixed together a bit. I might have put a little, I don't know. But let's see what happens when this melts. If I can't get the thread. And I do not want embossing powder everywhere. I've just knocked that. wasn't so good. I caught that. It'll be alright though. So I'm just flicking off the surplus. It's not so good there, but I think, because I banged it, but I think it'll be okay. Let's just heat it up. I've got a brush here. Whoops. Now I'm looking for a kind of arty look here anyway, so take these extra bits that I didn't want. I always keep a dry watercolour brush around for that purpose. Right, heat gun again, so if you need to turn your sound down, go for it. So it's best to let it heat up before you introduce it to the powder. So I'll try to let you see what's happening. I think I did knock the, I did knock this and catch it, so. So there you have it. This is the embossed in black one. I'm happy with up this corner. I didn't do such a good job down here, but I still think it's pretty. So that's the copper and that's the black. They're both pretty, aren't they? Again, I'm going to take a photograph of the black one. Yeah, when you see it in the photograph. It's when I'm looking close up, I think it's not so good, but when you see it in the photograph. I've no idea what I'm going to do now. No idea whether I'm just going to chop. I might do this one into little pieces and this one just into two and make it into two cards. I don't know. I'll have to have a wee think about it. I'm not going to go on and make them into anything right now. I'm going to just let them settle. I think I might put them under my encyclopedia or my big nature book and let them flatten a bit and then have a think about putting them. Oh Jen, sorry I missed your question. Okay, my colour palette is here. Whoops. So I've got melon mambo, pumpkin pie, crushed curry and old olive, and I actually think they work really well together. I'm loving the vibrancy of that. I'm looking forward to using one of our new colours, the new magenta that's coming. Oh, it's to die for. It's absolutely gorgeous, and as soon as my pre-order gets here I'll be showing you it. So yeah, thanks everyone. Anyone who was here yesterday, well, yes, last night, and saw me making the crushed flowers, I'll bring them on and let you see. I finished off the flowers. They're all dry. Whoops. Just to let those of you who want a wee quick look. There we have it, the flowers that I made. I did try different leaves. I wet them and then scrunched them up. I actually like the blue ones best. I don't know about you, but I like the ones with the blue in. But that was how they all finished up. That one is just with the 2 2¼ inch circle punch. These ones are with my beloved Starburst punch. And just wet them, scrunch them up, and hey presto. Oh, and this one's a leftover from another project which you can't see just now because it's for a blog hop. So yeah, I'll just pop these out of the way. That's not what today's video was about. So there you have it. So who's going to have a play with some ink? Who's going to try and get messy? If you don't already have Stampin' Up! Watercolour paper, I urge you to buy it. Buy yourself a packet and have a play. You'll love it. It is absolutely great. So as I say, I don't know how many cards I'll get out of this, or whether I'll do something other. Maybe a notebook or something. I'm not sure, but I'll have a wee think about it. But thank you everyone. Have a great afternoon. 4 o'clock. I'm going to join Slim and Stylish. She was on here earlier. Don't know if she's still here, but if you want to check out Slim and Stylish at 4 o'clock this afternoon UK time. Hi Karen. I'm going to join Slim and Stylish and craft along with her. I'm going to check with her to find out what she's going to be crafting with. I think if I pop over her channel, I think she was going to leave us a note. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your afternoon everyone. I'm sure I'll be back early in the week with some other messy project. Watch my blog. Once I do get these projects finished, I will put them on the blog. And those of you who watch me do the little gift box with the body lotion in and the Bird Ballad Suite, I have now blogged that, and the measurements are on my blog at JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. So if you're wanting to replicate that, the measurements are there now for you. Thank you very much for your patience. And I don't want to go because I've got so many of my lovely friends in here today, but I'm going to go. Happy crafting everyone. Stay well, stay safe. Bye bye.